In this video, I'm going to give you 5 types of women that Christian guys should avoid. The first type of woman I think Christian single guys should be cautious around is the woman who just wants to be close friends even though she knows you like her more than as a friend. I think women sometimes are a little bit more tempted to just be friends with a guy even though they know that guy likes her more than a friend. For some women, it's just a temptation to use that guy's feelings to her own advantage. She doesn't like him, she's never gonna date him, but she likes the feeling of being liked. She doesn't want that guy to stop liking her, or she just wants that male attention in friendship, and so she's willing to lead him on or give him some little tidbits in friendship, full well knowing the guy really has a different motive. So if you're in a relationship with someone like that, or a friendship where the girl obviously knows you like her, she's just letting you be friends, that's a woman you're gonna really want to avoid. Psalms 101 verse 7 says, "No one who practices deceit shall dwell in my house. No one who utters lies shall continue before my eyes." Now I know that's an extreme verse for the things we're talking about in this video, but again, in general, you're gonna want to avoid a woman who's pretending and just really not being truthful with you. The second type of woman I think Christian guys should avoid is the woman who flirts with everyone. So I'm not talking about that healthy part where you're just letting someone know that you actually like them, that you're sending signals. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is a difference between someone who's constantly flirtatious and flirtatious towards everyone. So if you're a guy, it's going to make you feel good if a woman is flirtatious towards you. But if she's doing that towards everybody, you're going to really want to avoid her because there's a lot going on in her heart that shows that she's not ready to commit to one guy. This type of woman reminds me a lot of the woman described in Proverbs 7. In that Proverbs is a little more extreme and they're talking about adultery, but there's a lot of similarities between this girl who flirts with everybody and the adulterous woman described in Proverbs 7. It says, "She is loud and wayward. Her feet do not stay at home. Now in the street, now in the market, and every corner she lies in wait." So she's just constantly going around talking to all these guys, flirtatious with everybody. If that's someone that you're interested in, I would definitely reconsider. Number 3, you're going to want to avoid the girl who only likes you once you start moving on. So maybe you're caught in that, that first one we talked about where you like this girl as more than a friend. She knows that, but you guys are just stuck in that friend zone. She's kind of put you in that little box. And then you start moving on. You're like, you know what? This isn't happening. It's just better for me to move on, to start liking other girls. And then she starts to like you. That's a big red flag because her desire for you in those moments is really about her. It's not that her feelings have changed towards you, that she just all of a sudden realizes what a great guy you are. More likely, it means that she doesn't want to lose that attention that she likes. She likes being liked, and she doesn't want you to move on from that. So maybe you start liking another girl, or again, you just start emotionally putting some separation between you two. And if she then starts liking you, well, I would just be really cautious about that. Maybe something changes, and if it's sustained over a long period of time and you see other healthy signs, maybe you want to consider it, but I would be very cautious in that situation. Number 4, I would avoid the woman who's in constant crisis mode and constant drama mode. Now, everybody has ups and downs. Of course, we're all emotional, but there's a level of drama and crisis that isn't statistically possible unless somebody is finding it themselves. So you're going to want to avoid this type of woman because it's not that she's just really unlucky. It's that she's finding the drama. She's finding the crisis and she likes the attention. So a lot of times people, but in this context, women like crisis, like drama, because when they're in the crisis, all eyes are on them. And so they like that attention. So if you are liking somebody in that season who's doing that type of thing, just know that it's not going to stop. It's not something that, oh, let's just get through this crisis and then everything will be better. No, it's going to keep happening because this person's going to continue to create crisis and drama in her life on her own. In 1 Timothy 5, Paul is giving us instructions on how younger Christian single women can grow in the Lord and protect their heart. And he's talking a lot about widows and things like that. So I don't want to take this verse too out of context. But in 1 Timothy 5, verse 13, it says, besides that, they learn to be idlers, going about from house to house, and not only idlers, but also gossips and busybodies, saying what they should not. So if you sense that this girl kind of falls into that category as described in 1 Timothy 5:13, that's a big red flag. And finally, number 5, you're going to want to avoid the woman who constantly is afraid of being betrayed. Now, this one's tricky because I don't want you just, blow off every girl that struggles in this area, because guys, girls, everybody can struggle with insecurities and especially when there's been betrayals in the past. Maybe she comes from a divorced family. That's not a reason just to not like somebody. But there comes a point where you have to realize maybe this girl just isn't healed enough to actually participate in a healthy relationship and work through these issues. So if you try to work it out, you talk about it, you work through the insecurities, but no matter what you do, she constantly thinks you're cheating, she constantly thinks you're lusting after other women when someone walks by, or she's just constantly afraid you're going to leave her, and no matter what you say, she's always got this deep insecurity that you can't solve. You might just have to realize she's not there yet. Maybe she needs some more counseling and healing on her own to work through that with the Lord. So the reason I say you should avoid this girl is because no matter how much you reassure her, if there's a deep wound in her heart that she's not really willing to find healing on, or just hasn't got there yet, no matter how hard you try, you're not going to make her feel secure like she's asking you to. This is a topic I'll be talking more about on this channel. So if you want to join me in these conversations and keep learning with me, make sure you're subscribed. I'm Mark from applygodsword.com. Until next time, God bless.